Jack, who had just returned home after retiring from the military, was stopped and checked by two police officers on the street, simply for carrying a backpack. Seeing this, Jack quickly took out his ID. However, the two officers didn't even glance at it. They even wanted to check his backpack. Not wanting to cause trouble, Jack obediently put the backpack on the ground. After finding nothing during the search, they turned their attention to Jack himself. Jack had to lift his shirt, revealing the knife at his waist, startling the two officers, who quickly raised their weapons and warned him not to move. Even though Jack stated he had a knife-carrying permit, they still confiscated his military knife on the spot and even prepared to take him to the police station. They then cuffed Jack, but they had no intention of letting him off easy. To their surprise, he was incredibly agile. Their successive baton swings all missed their target. It wasn't until one officer pulled out a handgun that Jack agreed to go back to the station with them. Learning that a tough character had been brought in, the captain immediately came over holding a baton. Seeing that the baton had no effect on Jack, the captain pulled out a stun gun from his waist. But to his shock, this guy dared to resist. The captain stood up, ready to lose his temper, when a police officer came in and stopped him, much to the captain's fury. However, upon hearing that the chief wanted to see Jack, he had no choice but to put away his baton. After the chief looked at Jack's ID and learned he was a colonel from the special forces, the two officers who had bullied him earlier felt terrified. Not wanting to provoke Jack, the chief quickly told his subordinates to return Jack's belongings and invited him into the office to apologize. When Jack saw numerous luxury items displayed in the room, he immediately realized the chief was no different from his subordinates. At this point, the chief also sensed Jack's suspicion. So, before letting Jack leave, the chief punched the wall. Jack paid no attention to him and turned to leave the office.